And I believe that the most successful societies, which has been, for example, the United States, have succeeded in comparison to other countries because of that system. Because in the United States, you can get further ahead than if you were in other countries because of your merit. And I just want to really ask you that in China, there's also a big culture on merit. However, it's very top down and there's a lot of authoritarianism in China. And in many ways, the meritocracy of the past 30 years seems to be collapsing. The Chinese economy has not developed as much as it should have since post-COVID. So how can you really address those things while ignoring the rights of the individual as is taken in the West, for example?
Thank you very much. I think you are raising a very important question. Without going too much into history, I think China started to decline as a result of the first Opium War, intensified by the second Opium War and the 1900 incident in China involving 8 countries kind of sending troops to China. And for the last 100 years or so, China experimented with all kinds of models of development. Empire, constitutional monarchy, republic, warlords, for example, revolution of all kinds. Eventually, I think China figured out a way that China need to go onto its own path. And then before 1978, when Deng Xiaoping bounced back to become the paramount leader, China was engaged in probably the most intensive splitting of the ideological hair. China was locked up in a big box, believing that socialism must be good, must be better than capitalism. But then Deng Xiaoping realized that socialism, that practiced by China, did not bring bread and butter to the table. People were hungry, poverty. By 1978, China probably achieved the highest level of egalitarianism in human history. Everyone was equal, but everyone was equally poor. Let me tell this distinguished audience, there is no fun of being locked up in poverty. And China's mission was to find a way to maintain its political system, which is unique, because Chinese history is unique, but also figure out a way to bring bread and butter to the table, to make sure that China will achieve development. That is why China's roadmap is clear. It's different from anyone else. Whatever China has been doing over the past 46 years may not be able to be done by any other country. But the key commonality is simple. That is, bring your people, uplift your people out of poverty, build roads, set up factories, push the edge of science and technology, and be a leading force for peace and stability. I think in this overall context, individuals will always be important. China could not have achieved all this miraculous transformation of itself if China did not empower the people, enable the people. But the way the Chinese people have been empowered and enabled are different. We always talk about the collectiveness of the Chinese nation together with the individual rights of each person. We always put a premium on family. In China, family is always important. And we refuse to be dictated by other countries when they want to redefine gender, when they want to redefine family. No, we believe the Chinese values are deeply rooted, dating back 5,000 years. We cannot be dictated by other countries.